Hey, what's up, guys? This is Par73 bringing you Game 1 in the first match in the Winter Series 2016 between the Pagans and the Etherials. So let's hop on into the film and let's see what's going on here. So in the southeast, we have the team Etherials, which is captained by Ether, who also put this team together. On his roster is Revan, Billy Butt, Malseizure, YOLO, No Master, and I'm not sure if Wink and Demolition are subbing. I do not believe they are, but one of them might be. I believe Wink might be subbing. And they will have the purple units on this map. And up in the northwest, we have the Myth Pagans. Now let's turn off the detailed textures there for a little bit. And we have their captain, Lord Scary Owl. Their co-captain, Killer King. We have Funk. And Akira was also on the roster at that time. We have Scary Monster. And I am subbing for the Myth Pagans, as the Etherials did allow subs in this game. And an interesting thing about week 1 is there were 2 teams who allowed substitutes, or their opponents could use substitute players, and it must be agreed upon by both teams. And both, well, actually, I won't get into things. I'll talk about that much later, so maybe you can check out Game 5 and see where I was going with that. Let's take a look at the trades here. We got 6 weights by the Pagans, 12 gold, so they should all be getting plus. I don't think they will be sinking any weights. There's only 2 dwarves. Not a bad idea, since the map is constantly raining. And over here, Etherials, they got some extra goals, 2 less whites, so they'll have less pus, but looks like they actually have more melee. And 1 less goal. Let's see, what's the soulless ratio here? We got 6 to none, so perhaps the melee is equal here. Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like both teams max their Stygians and their warriors, which are, you know, the bread and butter staple units on this map. Albeit the Stigs are a little bit more powerful than warriors and are more tankier in certain situations, such as against the souls, or against pus. But at the same time, the warriors can use their shields to block every once in a while. Notice Etherials only opting to heal 3 of their 4 whites over here. Looks like this guy's gonna sink. And the Pagans spreading out across the map. Looks like I wasted some pus, or someone wasted pus. Uh-oh. And, yeah, so the teams are zooming across the map now. Etherials have a huge flag lead, 7 to 4 now, spreading out quite nicely. So looking up at the early game matchups, Malseizure is going to be facing off against myself mid. Accompanied by Scary Monster. No Master is also flanking over here. And Akira is a little bit farther north of the middle spot. It looks like Ether's sending some units mid as well. Up in the north, you have YOLO moving for some flags. Kira's also moving. Actually, really cutting into the territory of the Etherials over here. And get some action mid. I'm pressing. Will the warriors clump? They will. A bottle plus. And it looks like some cookie ratios. Will the goals counter? Yes, they will. Now, Ether's gonna push some warriors of the Myth Pagans, and doesn't look like Mal wants to set in just yet. He wasted a pus there, but some small losses so far for the Etherials as another stick goes down left unattended. So what's going on in the south, by the way? We got No Master. He's facing off against Funk, as well as Killer King. And Billy Butt is also assisting No Master down in the south. We have some action on this flag. Scary Monster and Pyre pressing the issue. Looks like I chose to cut into the Thrall first. Make a kind of own. Yolo's gonna cap this flag up here. Nice little sneak. This LSO is not really watching. Looks like Myth Pagans are gonna clean up this flag. While the Etherials kind of back off in the south, overwhelmed by the combined forces. Combined forces of Funk and Killer King.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
Kira's reporting that North is losing. Seems like Yolo's been able to tag out the area. Kira's still got some units up north, so it's not completely lost. It seems like I'm going to send my units north while Lord Scary Owl start moving south. Now the Etherials do have some time advantage with their flags. Oh, it looks like Funk got in a nice little pus right onto No Master's units, and the white isn't there. Oh my god, if that white was there. Oh, it's gonna get closer. How juicy. Up, up, up. Ooh, not looking good for Funk as he takes that white hit, but at least he was able to eat some warriors beforehand. And we got Funk pushing the souls over here, along with Killer King. Looks like they're gonna clean that up. Although Billy's small stick force could present a problem. Meanwhile, he's also helping defend these 4 flags the Etherials have in the lower southwest corner, and with the flag advantage and the time advantage. Interesting to see in chat, we do not have any orders for the Myth Pagans investigating the southwest, but I think some ghouls are going to suicide right here. Yeah. Billy Butt kind of threw him away. He must be in a lot more places at one time than he is used to, and Killer King, Funk, and Scary Monsters forces are going to continue cleaning up the southeast part of the map. Up in the north, we have Yolo still battling with Akira. I'm just playing for time for flags.
Flag captured. Flag captured. Flag captured.
And with a 20% advantage, they're still down 5 minutes at the Myth Pagans. Meanwhile, the Etherials continuing to spread out even with a unit disadvantage. And still collecting time, which is very important in regards to securing this game. But with a little over 3 minutes left, anything can happen. Little line whiting over here. Do you call them whites, or do you call them weights? Or does it just matter? Does it matter where you live?
Flag captured.
Who knows? Do we even lift, bro? But regardless, we got Myth Pagans taking a flag advantage.
Flag contested.
As the 20% differential finally seems to be catching up with the Etherials, although they do still have some time advantage. I believe it will switch into the Myth Pagans
Flag captured. Flag contested.
favor towards the end here, 17 flags to 11. We have Akira's stick going down, all nice and zoomed in. Or maybe it was mine. Probably mine.
Captured. Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured.
No master carefully managing these northwest flags the Etherials have taken over.
Flag contested. Flag captured. Flag captured.
And that 20% advantage is now only a 15% advantage and dropping. It seems like the Etherials are
contested.
Gaining some ground back.
Flag captured.
Although the Pagans have taken the flag advantage a couple minutes ago, maybe a minute and a half ago.
Flag contested.
They already have a 4 or 5 minute lead in total time.
Flag contested.
Now, for you, those of you who don't know how King of the Map works, as it was a game type not included in the original game, I'll just set it onto auto camera.
Flag captured.
But it's basically territories
Flag captured.
King of the Hill, and every territory's flag has its own individual timer. And having more flags results your team to gather more time faster.
Flag captured.
And the team who owns the most flags the longest wins.
Flag captured.
If one of the teams is eliminated at the end, the last surviving team gets time, the remaining time in the game added on. This game type was created, doctored, and fathered by Giant Killer General.
Captured. Flag contested.
Only over the
30 seconds remaining.
Only over I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. Only over recent years have we been playing this game type, but it's provided some interesting games, interesting results, and a whole new style of play, really. With time winding down here, we see Myth Pagans will be taking the game. Sciolo's able to secure this last flag, but it's just simply not enough.
Game over.
And what do we have? A total time of 129 minutes and 48 seconds for the Myth Pagans, and 108 minutes and 57 seconds for the Etherials. Final flag count. You have the Pagans controlling 19 of the flags, Etherials controlling 7, and one of the flags is being contested. Now let's go through the statistics of this game and then talk a little bit about what happened, how the trades worked out, and wrap this game up, move on to the next one. So, as you can see, the Myth Pagans, captained by Lord Scary Owl, he doesn't get too much damage, but they also, I believe, went pus heavy. So that's six whites healed, negative 24 damage to start with, so he really produced about 26 damage. Took most of the losses for his team, again 6 whites, so minus 6, it's really about 12 losses. But even then, he was able to move a lot of his units around the map, which didn't have huge targets on their head, because all of his other players have giant massed melee squads that are much bigger threats you need to deal with. And I believe he also was able to cover the majority of these back flags which the Etherials started poking in the mid part of the game, but you know, the Pagans were just able to recover them in the end. Let's see, Killer King, 13 kills, 22 damage, 3 losses. It's pretty damn good by him. Scary Monster, 11 kills, 2 losses. How about that? Scary Monster is very new to the Myth 2 tournament scene. Even Myth 2 in general, as far as I know. So seeing 11 and 2 come out of this guy, it's a nice little note. One might say that it's because of the position his captain put him in. He was able to produce pretty well and not lose many of his units. We also have Funk, 10 and 4 with 26 damage, and Akira with 14 damage, 3 kills, 9 losses. So Akira doing, you know, the ratios and the damage don't look that good, but if you remember, he was basically soloing top with against YOLO. YOLO having, I think, a 3% advantage. He had some extra souls, some extra units here and there. And yeah, he mostly held the ground up in the north, while most of the other teams, well, actually, now that I think about it, he really pushed early. He had all these flags. He was pushing them pretty early, and YOLO wasn't really recovering them until later. So while Pagans had a flag disadvantage in the south, you know, Akira was making up for it in the north, and might have made this less of a close game than I thought it was. And then, let's see, Asmodean spectating. I had most damage, so, you know, I was a substitute in this game, and you can see the impact a substitute player can have. You know, I'm not on their roster, but Pagans would have been at a player disadvantage. But then you see something like this happen, and you're like, well, is it fair? You know, at the end of the day, the two team captains came to a decision, and I try to leave it in their hands so we can have the best games possible. And let's move on to the Etherials over here. They ended with 7 flags. Let's see, 39 kills, 65 losses. So it looks like they were out body counted here, out BC'd. Ether having 3 and 12 ratios. They only had 4 whites. They had less pus, and you can factor into getting out BC'd by having less pus on what one might call a light map here. Pus tends to have a lot of value on light maps, even over dark maps, because on dark maps you might have fast striking artillery like Fetch, or something like a Trow that can just kick pus, and the chances of getting off a successful pus is less. But on light maps, they can be game changers. Even in the beginning, you saw that first melee. Mean Scary Monster against Ether, and I believe Mouth Seizure. I'm able to pus his warriors. They get isolated. I take them out very quickly, and after that, I'm able to push through mid and pretty much go about what I want to do. Mal, by the way, 6 and 18. As I said, he lost some of those warriors, and I'm sure throughout the game, Ether continued to pass him off some units because he's quite a dependable player for this squad. A tough game for him, but I'm sure he'll be able to bounce back. YOLO, 14 and 4. And that's pretty nice. As I said before, he was covering the top against Akira. Even though he was losing flags early, at the end of the day, he was able to keep his units alive. Perhaps if he had adjusted towards mid more, you know, statistics might be different, but the Etherials might have been able to hold mid or the south part of the map better, as Akira only had a handful of melee units and a goal to contest these upper flags, and Ether might have been able to handle it with a small squad himself. Anyway, Wank, who is on the Syndicate but was subbing, he goes 5 for 7 with 21 damage. Not that shabby. You got Billy Butt. He's got 5 kills, 8 losses, and 10 damage. I believe he was fighting down in the south. Revan, 4 and 4 with 3 damage. Looks like he didn't produce too much damage for his team. I wonder if he actually had some artillery units and hurt himself. Because 3 damage seems pretty low, especially for 4 kills. And No Master going 2 and 12, 9 damage. So it looks like Revan and No Master's performances kind of hurt Etherials here, but you know, all the small battles in the field, they're all situational. Shit happens. Anything else? So yeah, what can we learn here? Well, the Pagans opted for the heavy melee strat, heavy pus, and that is really the way to go, especially on King of the Map, where you need to be fast moving, albeit Solus could control some impassable areas here and there, so they're not a bad addition to the trade, but you don't want too many of them, and I think Etherials noticed that. Maybe that's why they opted for so few. It would have been interesting if they got identical trades to see how a true BC matchup, damage for damage, unit for unit would have turned out. They also opted for less pus, which basically means you're giving your team less stuns. Not always the best idea. But they also sunk a white, which was very nice. Very nice whiting. If only those units were able to be taken advantage of a little bit more. But yeah, that's the gist of it. On King of the Map, you kind of want fast-moving, fast-paced stuff. On territories, you know, flag rally, maybe it'd be a little more appropriate for the whites. I mean, the whites aren't that bad idea to sync on King of the Map because people are moving so fast. They really might not be keeping track of their units. But at the same time, having a plus disadvantage does not bode well on light maps. So anyway, this will wrap up Game 1. Hope you guys have enjoyed yourself, and I hope you can check out Game 2 and the rest of the games in the tournament, and who knows, maybe one day you'll sign online, play some Myth 2 again. Alrighty, till next time guys.